Hi, I'm Pat McMahon, another one of Pat's personal portraits. The whole concept of this segment of KTAR.com's programming is to introduce you to fascinating people who've led fascinating lives. You've led a couple, haven't you, Jaena Moynihan?
I have. I think I have a couple left in me, too.
Okay, well, what is the category that you accept enthusiastically? That is transsexual, transgender, what is appropriate?
I usually say that I'm a transgendered person when it gets to talking about that part of my life. Really, I just feel like a woman at this point, having gone through everything. It's not the trans part. I don't even really think about it all that much anymore. But I think that there is a little bit of a difference. A transgendered person is someone who really feels like they're in the wrong body, or that their body doesn't match up with their personality or their soul.
And that was you beginning when?
Beginning ever since I could remember. It was very strange to me to be told that I was something other than a female, because everything that the girls did, I liked to do, everything that they were into. Long hair, the way they dressed, what they played with, that was what I was attracted to. So when I got the messages that that's not okay and you shouldn't be like that, that's when it kind of started to sink in that I was different.
But that's not okay, and you shouldn't behave like that. Those are very gentle ways of talking to you about your feelings. When was the first time you heard you're freaky, you're queer, you're gay, you're not really any gender?
Probably when I was in elementary school.
How early?
4th and 5th grade, when I was 9 and 10 years old, I would hear things like sissy, queer, fag, and then, of course, as I got older, the insults progressed as well. I remember hearing people say, like when I was roller skating, is that a boy or a girl? I remember, kids in all of their honesty just coming up and saying, are you a boy or a girl? Because as I moved into puberty, when I started developing, and I don't know why this is, but, I started developing breasts. I never had an Adam's apple. I was very, very effeminate, always.
Did you ever try to be masculine in any way in order to counteract those kinds of things that you were hearing from other people?
I did. My parents tried to get me to play sports, so I tried to do that. That didn't work. And then I basically ended up being like artistic, freaky kid, and just sort of found my way into the hippies, deadheads, artistic, druggies, whatever that group is, that is at pretty much so every high school. I just, the drama kid, I tried to blend in with the freaks more, which was a lot easier. So I pretty much so gave up on the effort of being a guy's guy pretty early on.
You're a spiritual person. You're a minister, Jaena.
I am.
Did you ever stop and think, particularly during the painful times, that God made a mistake with you?
I did. It was very difficult for me. I was raised Catholic, and we had a lot of rules and a lot of guilt and a lot of stigma placed on us. And I couldn't understand how this loving God would tell me that I was wrong for feeling the way that I was born feeling. So it didn't make sense to me. It just didn't add up. And I was really upset and was mad at God for a period of time. But then I just kind of got to a point where I realized this is how I am, and if God really is all loving, which I believe, then what I've been told by the church and the other people just isn't true.
Did you ever have a happy time as a man?
Well, yes, I suppose so. I'm pausing because there's a few ways that I could answer that. I had, happy times as a male. I had happy times as someone who still had male organs. But those happy times while I had male organs was spent as a drag queen and dressing as a female and really, exploring my sexuality. So I had good times after I kind of began the multi-layered process of coming out.
Well, and your transition has been surgical. It has been
Yes.
complete. And as we wrap up our time in an interview and a conversation, all too brief to cover as complex a subject as this, are you a happy woman?
I'm a very happy woman.
And I'm the happy host of this segment on KTAR.com. This segment is called Pat's Personal Portraits. Very few of them will probably be any more personal than this.